Welcome to Creator's Head Studio. I'm Tom Arku, feature film producer, director, screenwriter, and novelist.
And I'm John Colton, creator of ColtonComics.com and writer of Paul Bunyan versus Dracula.
Well, big news. Elon Musk, Warner Brothers, Blade Runner. What a mess. So, this is from The Hollywood Reporter. Round one of Blade Runner 2049 legal battle over AI images goes to Warner Brothers and Elon Musk. Not a slanted title that I've ever seen. So, apparently, Elon Musk, he's the leader of the team, and maybe one of his team members, they decided, hey, let's knock on the door of Warner Brothers. We want to use something connected to Blade Runner 2049. And at the last minute, Warner Brothers says no. And then what happens? Suddenly, the plaintiff alleges that Elon Musk and Tesla took images from Blade Runner 2049, shoved it into an AI image generator, and made something similar based on something that already had copyright on it. This Hollywood Reporter article is saying that round one went to Elon Musk and Warner Brothers because it says that, okay, it's not trademark infringement. And you had something to say about trademark infringement, about taking these images, Ryan Gosling, trench coat, the car, the decimated Las Vegas expanse, that kind of thing. Why is it not a trademark infringement?
Because it's a copyright infringement. And I know that's what the court found.
Mm-hmm.
And basically on a basic level, like if you
Mm-hmm.
have a bunch of images, and for my purposes here, I'll say a comic book,
Okay.
right? And if you grabbed a comic book that Marvel or DC put out,
Right.
or even a independent producer,
Mm-hmm.
and then you went to the photocopy machine and you made copies of their comic book
Mm-hmm.
and then tried to sell it as your comic book or something similar. In this case, if you wanted to use them in an advertisement that you were doing,
Right.
you would have clearly violated copyright
Sure.
because you cannot copy, someone else's material
Mm-hmm.
and then try to pass it off as your own.
Right.
Uh, Now, as far as trademark and the way trademark licensing goes, I believe that normally would apply more to a branding of a company.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Disney company, they were able to trademark Mickey Mouse.
Hmm.
And Mickey Mouse became so associated with the Walt Disney brand
Mm-hmm.
that it's basically the same thing as the company name.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. So, well, what we're talking about here, though, reminds me of a classic story about Picasso. So Picasso is just sitting in a cafe and he dashes off a sketch. And the person says, I would like to buy that. And he says, fine, $5,000. And they go, it just took you seconds. And he said, no, it took me a lifetime. Be able to have that content, to be able to express his personal experiences and then make it a work of art. So when we're talking about copyright infringement, we're not just talking about, hey, you slap something together. It's no, it takes a lifetime to play and create at that higher level.
Yeah, that might be the reason it's offensive to me as an artist and illustrator
Hmm.
is, the Blade Runner concept art and the car design was
Hmm.
done by a legend in the industry
Hmm.
called Sid Mead.
Oh, yes.
And Sid Mead also did work on Tron and 100 other movies.
Right.
As far as illustrators go, that stuff is sacred,
Uh-huh.
right? Like that
Right.
is
Okay. And other creators too. That's sacred too. But I get your point.
right. But I mean, it's not just you violated the rules. You violated Sid Mead,
Yes.
who,
There it is.
which if anyone has the money to pay an illustrator
Hmm.
to come up with some cool concept designs for a car and find the next Sid Mead,
Right.
gee, Elon could,
Right. Oh, certainly. I'm with you on that.
and so in that sense, it's also a wasted opportunity. Because why copy someone else's work when you could have put in the resources to come up with something cool and fresh and give an artist a paid job?
Exactly. But this takes us back into something. Are people looking at numbers in terms of money, or are they looking at what is the human thing to do? And also, people would say, what would Superman say? What is the right thing to do?
Well, I think the human thing to do is hire another artist. I
Right.
think the mathematical and the robot thing to do would be to just have a robot do it because then it's going to get done faster.
Well, that's the thing. Expediency, getting something done efficiently and quick, does not excuse that, okay, you need to do the thing that is appropriate, that is human, that is correct or right or have ethics. I mean, that is something that comes up all the time. People are always confronting with expediency versus good in terms of human.
Yeah, and it's a wrong value system,
Hmm.
because it's like, yeah, you could leave the diner without tipping the waitress.
Hmm.
It is faster and it is cheaper to do it that way.
Wow. Well
Uh,
said.
but
Well
it,
said. But it's garbage. I was reading part of a book recently about money and couples, and the gentleman actually says that he's always tipping 30% and above because it's what we do. It's the good thing that this couple does to say thank you and to appreciate another human being. And I do something that's unusual. Often I will be with my sweetheart and I will say that I will introduce myself and my sweetheart to the server because they're a person and they're helping. And one time a very prosperous person was sitting next to me and he said, "Why did you do that?" And I didn't say this, but I says, "Why don't you do that? Treat another human being with compassion and kindness and respect." And that's what we're talking about here. Now, by the way, we're adding something unusual, something different. It's a concept called savvy or not. So the question is it savvy for anybody who runs something that involves creativity to go in and just grab somebody else's stuff, shove it into an AI image generator, and land into a lawsuit? Is that savvy? Not.
well,
That's what
I
we
think
say.
yeah, I think not.
I'm with you. Not.
I've heard the phrase before, one of the meanest things that you can do to another person
Hmm.
is to make them talk to lawyers. Yeah, that's why divorce is so harsh, right? Because
One
you're
of the
you're
things that,
making you're somebody talk to lawyers.
okay, all
And
right,
if you're violating someone's copyright, well, you're making them talk to lawyers.
exactly. Savvy or Not is brought to you by What If You're Savvy and Unstoppable? That's what this course is about. My online course will help you because it has time and communication hacks to strengthen your connections and to supercharge your energy. Yes, you can be unstoppable. My students, my clients, and my worldwide audiences get great value.
I'm excited to tell you that I just won the grand prize at the Igniter Summit here in Bangkok, and my heartfelt gratitude to Tom Marcoux for giving me those essential tips.
Tom's speech about confidence, I thought he conveyed a lot of confidence. It was very genuine. I definitely picked up some good tips.
And it was the most delightful and entertaining and knowledgeable presentation I've ever had the chance to listen to.
He's very skilled.
It was amazing. It has helped me solidify my thoughts. I feel like I have a better process now.
It will help you so much.
So someone I know is deciding whether or not to take on a HMO about something that happened to one of their family members. And it's not just the money, but it's the fight. Because of what you just said, the stress. Every day you stay mad. And it's the stress. And so if somebody who has the resources to do something else. Oh, hey, Warner Brothers won't let us use the Ryan Gosling iconic in the trench coat, iconic Sid Mead car, iconic decimated Las Vegas. Someone won't let us do it at the last minute. Warner Brothers says no at the last minute. Then we scramble. We do something else creative. That's what we do here. We do the right thing. We do the appropriate thing towards artists. And here at Creators Ed Studio, we're so glad that you were here for our conversation. And yes, we celebrate creators. And hey, we even celebrate the creator of this image. So we encourage you to support us as you have been, like and subscribe, and we invite you to engage in the conversation. How do you feel about Elon Musk or his team member jumping in and pulling stuff away and slapping it into an AI image generator and saying, yeah, we can do it. We got money, we can do it. Or any other comment you have. And also, by the way, our own John Colton has created Paul Bunyan versus Dracula. And you can take advantage of his launch right now and get great stuff. And the links to Paul Bunyan versus Dracula are below